So ADA currently finds itself on a downtrend following on from the previous update where I mentioned how there was a bullish case and a bearish case that was in play. And as it stands right now, it looks like we're bearish given the fact that we ended up exceeding this range between 23 cents to 24 cents. And so I've mentioned previously that in order for the price of ADA to be bullish, what we need is for the price of ADA to find support within this range and see that continuation to the upside play out to the point where ADA could then potentially even tap into this range here. But again, given the fact that we ended up exceeding this range, it's looking highly likely that we continue to drop and see the price of ADA fall below this level here at around 23 cents. And given the fact that I'm slightly bearish, that could also fall in line with what I mentioned in the previous update regarding ADA having a potential bear flag pattern forming. And so I mentioned how over here we have the upper trend line and we have the lower trend line to form the flag. And then this whole move to the downside is the flagpole. So if I was to drag this to the local top, what we can see is the price of ADA drop towards this range here between 21 cents to 23 cents. And this bear flag pattern also falls in line with a corrective move to the downside from an Elliott Wave Theory point of view. And so if I was to remove this and draw this in, it looks like what we are forming right now is a WXY structure. And this structure will become validated if the price of ADA was to fall below this level here. And very quickly, if I was to bring in the Fib tool and bring this to 26.64 cents. So what we can see is the price of ADA drop towards this range here between 21.49 cents to 22.39 cents. So if it just happens that we do have this WXY structure that's forming, it's looking like the Y wave would be made up of an internal 5-wave structure. So if I just clear the chart up a little bit. So what I'm going to look at for right now is for this move here to be the wave 1 and for this correction to form wave 2 and ADA to be within this wave 3. And then we'll see a wave 4 and a wave 5 play out like so. And if I drop down to the hourly chart, this wave 3 will also have to be made up of an internal 5-wave structure. So if I was to bring in the Fib tool again, bring this to 25.54 cents. And so the wave 3 as a minimum requirement will have to reach the 1.6 minute level. And you can see that we ended up exceeding that level, given the fact that we ended up reaching 23.54 cents. And so, again, if I was to draw this in, it looks like here we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, 4, and 5. And it looks like we're still within this wave 3, which is also made up of 5 waves. So if I draw this in again, we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to form this wave 3 here. And the wave 4 would usually retrace anywhere between 23.6% to 50% of the wave 3. So it looks like we haven't reached the 23.6% retracement level yet. And we could even potentially even retest the 50 EMA to form the wave 4. So if I drop down to the 50-minute chart and check to see what's taking place over here. And yeah, what I'm going to look at for right now is for a correction to form made up of a WXY structure, with this being a W wave, X wave, and a Y wave. And so if I bring in the Fib tool, and bring this to 23.66 cents. And so the Y wave would usually retrace anywhere between 1 to 1.236, and that range sits between 23.99 cents to 24.07 cents, which is just above this 23.6% retracement level. And so I will be on the lookout for the Y wave to fall within this range to form the wave 4. And that could also fall in line with what's taking place on the stochastic RSI on a 4-hour chart, given the fact that we are within the oversold region. And so we could see the bulls regain control of the market and drive the price of ADA up towards that range. And And yeah, if I zoom out actually, so if we just happen to form this wave 4, we could then see the wave 5 play out, which would usually retrace anywhere between 1.236 to 1.618 of the wave 4. So assume that we ended up topping off at this level here. We could see the price vader drop towards this range here to form the 5th wave, and that would then in turn form the wave 4, and then from then on out we could see the wave 4 and wave 5 play out to form the wave 3. And so this could take place over the next couple of days or so.